Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Sarthak Show, where we discuss about tech, career, product and life. And I am back with a part 2 of the podcast with Mansi. If you have not watched part 1, you can check out the link here or somewhere above. वो देख लीजिए. And in this specific part 2 with Mansi, we will discuss about why what a professional can do in product design space, how can they grow in their career, what are the things to look out for, what are the skills that should be acquired, how you can grow and define your career in long-term phases, or what are the different skills that different domains are looking out for, and how you can grow in this space. So that is the agenda of this video. So stay tuned till the end of this video to know all of these things about product design space. Without further ado, let's start with the video. As you mentioned, there are a couple of resources out there that person should practice upon and learn. But how are things different when the person joins the company? For example, let's say the person has cleared all the rounds and they join the company. How things work inside a company? How designs vary across domains? What kind of experience they have while working in a team? Because when I'm working alone, this is a different kind of setup. When we are working for a product, you have to work in a team.
When you join in a team in any company, you have different teams that you also collaborate with, as you said. So main teams that you would collaborate on a daily basis with is the engineering team and as well as the product team. So product team would come up with you with requirements of different features that they want to release with the research that they have done, and they think that this is the feature that they should release that would solve the particular problem that they are trying to solve.
Good.
And then you coordinate with the engineering team once you've released you want to ship the product, you want to ship the feature that you were working with. So you have to coordinate with you have to give a handover to the engineering team where you explain that this would be the flow. In terms of deliverables, you tend to give prototypes, you tend to give you share your design files with them. And then they go through that. They might ask you questions about different flows. You might talk to them closely about the different states or some edge cases that might be there. So you collaborate with the engineering team there. Then you also do a design QA after the engineering has developed what you were working on. So you do a sanity check of the flows that you suggested. Are they in place or not? You do a UI check as well, that the things that you designed, are the icons okay, the font size okay, is the shadows of things that you'd given, is it appropriate to the designs that you had shared with them? So that goes on for some time. That's like mainly support work that you do before shipping it, and then you finally ship it, and you see that how has that product performed. So there are certain metrics that you can attach with different features to see how they are performing. Within the design team, you work closely with people who are working on the same. So there might be different products as well in a product company that design members work on. So the different people might work on different aspects of the product. Even things like this can also happen that if there is one product, then you might work for different users. So our work consists of repeatedly advocating for the user, basically.
Right.
You are the person who is coming with the point of view with the user, that you have to always be an advocate of the user, that the product team would come with the business goals, which you also have to keep in mind, but you have to still suggest solutions which are good for the user. So and you have to be very clear about which user you're referring to. If you're making it for the candidate, if you're or some other user who is also using the system, anybody who's using the system. So you need to be very clear about that and suggest solutions according to that. in startup culture, I have kind of observed that you get to work with a lot of ownership for your for the product that you're working on. You get a lot of
Mm-hmm.
ownership. You get to experiment a lot with things. You can suggest things, and suggest things and actually get to know other people's point of view. So it's very important for you to get point of views of your stakeholders. So your stakeholders would be product team,
Mm-hmm.
engineering team, customer success team, marketing team. So it might change with different projects, but you need to bring in their valued opinion to your designs as well,
Okay.
because you might not, you are seeing from one lens, they are seeing it from a different lens, and
Mm-hmm.
your job actually bring it all together and combine all the different viewpoints into one thing. So a customer success manager might have a different opinion and have a different experience of, while talking to the users, they might have heard about some complaints that are going on. They might
Mm-hmm.
know of different reasons why this is something is happening that you're working on. So
Right.
maybe there are certain complaints that your platform is facing, and they might know the main reason behind it. So it's very important to interact with different teams to get to a solution rather than you thinking that this is the best solution.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get to the best solution. While you interact with different teams, you get to know about uh, different perspectives, different point of views, different things that you didn't know about. So in
Exactly.
that process, you learn also. So that is one thing, and it's prevalent not only in startups but everywhere, wherever you work. That is the main part of your job, that you have to speak to different departments, different teams, different people.
Yeah, true that. So I think that's so necessary to discuss with different people, understand their opinion, what are the perspective they bring to the table, what are the things that they might have considered that as a person you can miss it because after all you're human, you're looking from one or two different perspective, but the other people
Right.
can bring all together different opinion about it, how a process could go, or maybe bring in
Yeah,
some edge case that you have not even considered of. So that is why I
exactly.
think it's very important to discuss with you people from your domain, from your from not your domain, because they can give you some suggestions that will be helpful for all together betterment of the product, how it can be perceived. Yeah, what could one see when using the product as a user, because you are designing it, you have certain things in mind, you have certain assumptions in mind, they come with a different set of assumptions. Totally makes sense to connect with different people and learn from them,
Right.
grow with them. How can one grow in their career path, like what are the things that they can do, what are the learnings that they can come up with, and steps they should take to grow in their career path.
This is something that I'm figuring out for myself right now. And I think, as any profession, you need to keep figuring it out over the period of time. At every stage, you need to keep figuring it out, that how can you grow further? How can you grow further? But for a person who is kind of, for a long term growth, I would say there are two career paths which are generally talked about.
Mm-hmm.
One is the individual contributor path, where you can be very skilled at one thing, and then you can keep contributing as a individual contributor to the team. Uh, by individual contribution, I mean that you would be like a principal UX designer or very skilled at one thing, and
Mm-hmm.
keep on doing it because that's how you perceive yourself, that's how you want to grow as a designer. There's another path where you can mentor other designers, take management, like managing people, like people management, or you can mentor other people about how they can improve, work on their short-term goals, long-term goals, and feel more satisfied and grow with them. That can
Mm-hmm.
be another career path. But I feel that this is something that you can figure out while you work. You don't need to, this is something that you need to keep thinking about, and how you get the opportunities, what kind of opportunities you want. The most
Correct.
important to grow is to be in a very high growth environment,
Hmm.
where you can learn constantly from people and keep growing and advancing your skill over the time. So if you so some things that you want to work, so one is the design skill that you would want to work on. Then if you want to work on other things which are attached to it, something like articulating your design decisions, something like how to you know s- how to be very cognizant about your stakeholders, how to manage your stakeholders, how to test your designs effectively, how to give feedback to people effectively. So these are certain soft skills also that you can work with along with your design craft and your design methodology, etc. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's a all-time learning thing that is still going on and will go on as you grow in your career. There will be a next step. This is an endless ladder that you have to work with, right? There is always one thing that you can look forward to is the next step on that ladder. What is the next thing that you can do? And uh, as in growth can mean different for a different person. It could mean something in
Yeah.
maybe in the designation level. It could mean differently in the terms of monetary compensation that they are getting, or the responsibilities that they are getting, or in the sense of the impact that they are creating on the company or the audience or the user base. Uh,
Right.
right. So growth can be of different type for different person and different ways that you can come. So you should be always learning and make that part of yourself that this is the next step that I would move to, some short term goals, some long term goals, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You summed it up correctly.
Correct. Yeah. So and then last part of this discussion is more around, if I have to say and ask, like, mm, looking back, what is the one thing that you would like to do more of, or maybe one thing that you would like to do something in a different way? What should be that one thing?
So something that I would like to do more of is reaching out to more people. So in the starting of my career, I was reaching out to more people, and it was really easy for me to do that. So I
Mm-hmm.
really want to do that and keep pushing myself to do that, keep doing it, and putting myself out there, getting feedback from different people, getting their perspectives. So that I just am not on one closed path. I'm opening myself to different perspectives. That's
Mm-hmm.
something that I would like to do more of. Something that I want to do, differently. Okay, so here's like a personal thing that I would want to share here. So when you're starting out, in my journey, when I was starting out, I was not really fearful of things. I was really, I used to think about that, okay, I'll just get to learn from this experience. Whatever happens, I will see. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just do it. See. But, in the middle somewhere, I started, facing any creative individual does feel those things about, not being good enough, not the fear of failing, the fear of, um the imposter syndrome, if you will. So
Mm-hmm.
then I really thought that, okay, fear is something that I will always make me stop taking actions. It will always paralyze me and not let me take actions further on anything that I wanted to do. So I tried to something that I would change is that in the moments that I was feeling fearful, I want to be more self compassionate towards myself and be like, okay, this is fine. You can take this time and feel this way, but you need to be biased towards action always. That's how you will overcome your fear. So that's something that I've started following from some time back, but it's still a process, and I don't let the fear overcome you or wash you all over. Just
Mm-hmm.
keep taking steps towards your growth. Keep thinking about how you can improve. If you think that there's things like anything that you want to improve on, but it's doable. So just don't let the fear wash over.
Yeah, certainly. I think that's the best advice that you should keep trying in, and no matter it's of no use to keep fearing and taking actions back. It's the time to do more of that part and make some work. So yeah, I think that's the best advice. And moving on to the more fun side of it, I have some quick fun rapid fire questions for you if you are ready.
Yeah, definitely.
If I have to ask, what kind of I would say OS person you are, like a Mac OS or Windows or yeah.
I have been using Mac OS for quite some time now, and I don't want to go back to Windows. So yeah, Mac OS.
I
Yeah,
think that's the common answer, right? Everybody wants that Mac OS experience and cannot switch back to Windows for it altogether. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
But is it the same case for your phone as well, like Android versus iOS? As yeah.
So I have not used Android for quite some time, but because the integration of different systems in Apple ecosystem is
Ecosystem.
very well, so that's why I've been using iPhone. But yeah, I feel that Google Pixel is something that I wanted to try. Yeah.
Okay. Mm, nice. And if I have to move towards your work side of interest, so uh, where you would prefer more to maybe live or work, is it in India or abroad?
I think the I would prefer, it's not about my preference actually. It depends on the opportunity. So if I'm getting a great opportunity, a great team to work with, great team to
Hmm.
grow with, wherever, I would be more biased towards going there. So the location is not so much important for me as the team or company that I'm working for.
Okay, makes sense. And what would the preferred option to work in that case? Work from home or work from office?
I think a hybrid model is a better answer for me because there are days when I really don't like to work from home and I need to interact with so many people, which
Hmm.
is difficult to do on a virtual work from home setup because when you're in office, you can pull in somebody and you can just go to their desk and talk to them about certain feature that you're talking to, making or anything, any random thing also you want to do. So it's difficult to make connections when you're working virtually as well. So
Hmm.
one thing that I would prefer is to hybrid model. On days when you have to do focused work, then you can do work from home. But when you need to collaborate with so many other people, then work from office works better.
Makes sense. Mix of both settles or both pros and cons, right? What is your preferred tool to share prototypes and mocks? Is it like Figma or anything best tool that you prefer?
So now I have used a lot of different tools till now, and I think Figma solves the problem of collaboration the best.
And moving on to more personal set of questions. So, what kind of a person you are? A beach person or a hill station person?
Beach person any day.
Are you a cat person or dog person?
I am a dog person more because somewhat the more affection kind of a bit is more the playful nature of dogs is really, it's really, gets me overjoyed and
Hmm.
cheerful even if I'm mood. So yeah.
Right. And what if I have to ask about the food? So, what kind of food do you like? Is it like fine dining or is it like a street food?
I love street food more. So North Indian food as well, but I like the street food of different places. Like I love rolls.
Hmm.
So any kind of rolls, if it's a falafel roll, if it's a chicken tikka rolls, I really like different types of rolls or
Hmm.
sandwiches. That's my go-to thing.
Yeah, I think for me as well, like I really enjoyed this conversation. I really like the answers, and uh, uh, specifically speaking, I learned a lot of things, that how and why design system very important. What as a role of a product designer uh, helps a product ship into the market in a very well formed way, and how I can differentiate that this product has been designed by someone, and this is designed by a person who knows more about the user behavior, who knows about the design things, and has that thinking capability, has known the quirks of it if I don't have this button or this theme around it, how this can differentiate the experience altogether. So this has been the
Right.
great learning for me. I hope audience also like it. And for all the audience who are watching, I will put the LinkedIn link in the description box below. You can check that out. All the resources that Mansi has mentioned, I will put that below so you can also check that out. Uh,
Right.
uh, any last words, any last resources and last recommendations you want to add on this conversation?
Think that, we are blessed in today's age that, you can YouTube, you can search anything on YouTube and you would get a lot of resources from people who are working in the same field. And I think that's the best resource that you can get. So just search for anything that, your mind thinks that, okay, this is how is this done? So you
Mm-hmm.
just search for on YouTube, search for it on Google. So that's searching is the main thing that you need, nothing else for
Exactly.
learning.
Exactly. For all the doubts and things, just Google it. You might get some
Yeah,
result. You will definitely do it. And the best part is it's resolve the dependency part of it. You don't have to rely on someone and something.
yeah,
Also, whenever you ask the other person, you can also share that I have come up with some after Googling and researches. So what would you prefer or something like that? So yeah,
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
again, one of these best advices for the people.
Right.
Right.
Thank you so much
And
for having a show. I really had a great time, and I hope that I'm able to, help people gather some information about how product design interviews are done, how product design cycle works in a company, and things like that. So
Definitely. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing all these life event journeys and your learning so far. Till then, take care, guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.
bye.
So folks, with this we come to the end of this podcast with Mansi. I hope आपको ये वीडियो काफ़ी अच्छी लगी होगी, काफ़ी insightful information मिली होगी. If you are a product designer, if you are somebody who is looking for product design, like this video, share this among your friends and peers so that they can also know more about it. And अगर यार अभी तक चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं करा तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो. It takes a lot of effort to bring out these amazing videos with a lot of variety of the guests. So hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon near that, and share it among your friends as much as possible. Uh, Till then, take care. See you in the next video. Bye bye.